Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special mini event where I'm introducing our divorce and breakup coach, Louize Yafai. Hi, Louise.
Hi, Jamie. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. So, what we wanted to do was create a little video where you can explain both who you are and
Mhm.
how you help. And then at the end, we'll kind of tie in ReechUs and talk a little bit about why you're part of our family and trying to offer some value under the umbrella of us. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. I want to hear a little bit of background as to Louise and why you got to this point where you're doing what you do and offering what you offer.
Sure, of course. Well, I'm Louise, and I'm a breakup and divorce coach. And I was married for 16 years. I got married in my late 20s. I've three children, three daughters in their 20s now, and unfortunately, I went through my own acrimonious divorce. Took quite a few years to get through. So during that, I had to go into legal offices quite a number of times. I had to go into courts, and I couldn't think straight because I was just so clouded with emotion and sadness, anger, that kind of thing. So I was kind of wasting my time going into a legal office when they were trying to tell me what I needed to do and why I needed to do it. But because I was so emotional, I was coming out of the office after an hour, 2 hours, and thinking, what do I need to do? I can't remember. So I wasn't focused and in these meetings. So in 2016, I did a counseling and psychotherapy degree. And then years later, I still going into courts. I thought people I was meeting in court, I don't know why I'm here. I was just told to come in. I'm not really sure what I'm doing or what I'm needed for. So I started to understand that people like myself, when they're clouded in emotion, they were not thinking straight. And of course, we're all trying to get the best outcome. But how can you get the best outcome when you're not thinking straight? So
Absolutely.
then I did my accredited course in coaching, and now I have the tools and techniques to give clients clarity and to empower them and to keep them moving forward. And this all helps because it reduces the legal time. They're more productive when they go to the legal office because they've dealt with their emotions separately with myself.
I mean, it's amazing. And it's always, I think, incredibly valuable
Mhm.
to have someone coaching someone through something that they've been through
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they know exactly what they're experiencing. They know the pitfalls. They can
Hmm.
see these things coming up that they might not have thought about, and they
Yeah.
can kind of help them bridge that period, which can be extremely traumatic, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I have clients, men and women, and, they're not sleeping, they're not eating. So, and all of that clouded with emotions as well. They just, it's up to me to kind of coach them and signpost them and really prepare them for court. Clients that, that can be at the beginning of their divorce, they don't realize the onslaught that they've got coming down the line. Clients that are in the middle of a divorce or at the end of the divorce, it's all about building their confidence, empowering them to move forward, and to help them if they're nervous before court as well, and just really dialing down their emotions, really, and keeping them focused.
I guess focused is the key word. This
Hmm.
is a process in which they need to be very focused because I imagine, I haven't been through a divorce, but I imagine that a lot of people, because they're feeling so emotional and so distracted and so
Hmm.
fuzzy, that they just want things to go and they just kind of push things under the rug and they don't
Yeah,
necessarily deal with a lot of what they're feeling. And there's a lot of,
yeah.
I guess, kind of trying to cut corners, which ultimately long term can be very problematic, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and long term is problematic and also costly as well. So they're not dealing with it effectively and productively. And, they do. They kind of think, oh, well, I can't deal with it today. I'm having a bad day. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, the next day comes, another week. And they're getting all of these solicitors' letters saying, where is this? Where's your bank statements? Or, your Form E isn't completed correctly. So, and because of that, they are kind of burying their head in the sand. But ultimately, they have to get this information to their solicitors. So it's kind of where I come in. It's kind of, I'm helping them, I'm coaching them with their emotions, I'm giving them the tools and techniques to keep moving forward, but also be productive and be prepared for their legal team. So kind of my work kind of is complementary to legal expertise as well. I don't give legal advice and I don't give financial advice. That is not my lane. But what I do is watch clients that come to me who are completely engulfed in their emotions. And after just one session, the transformation is incredible. And that's why I love doing what I do, because I've been there before. I've been years in the court system and had to pay quite a lot of money at the end of it, because I was using my solicitor as like an emotional outlet. And that shouldn't have been, looking back, obviously that wasn't the right thing to do. So I'm kind of helping my clients not make the same mistake that I did previously.
I mean, we're just talking about the process being problematic here, but they're also looking forward at a future which is very different to the one that they expected. So there's also a lot of that stuff for them to kind of process and deal with as well.
Yeah. And, there's clients that they're blindsided by a divorce as well. And kind of they're in this black hole and I can't get out and I can't get out of bed. And, and I help coach them. And it's kind of, they then start to see, once they've dialed down their emotions, they've got clarity on what's going on. And it's up to me to kind of shift their focus. And then they actually start to see, I always say, like a blank canvas. And I say, look, you can throw, this is time for you to grow and do things differently and do things that you want to do. And you have a blank canvas. How much color do you want to put on this blank canvas? And it's kind of like, oh, well, I've always wanted to try horse riding. I never got to do it because I had children young, and then the children, lives obviously took over. So they've got this blank canvas where they think, okay, well, in 6 months, I would like to do this. And before they know it, they're kind of thinking, oh, it's not such, it is obviously, it's terrible. And it's unfortunately that divorces do come to an end, but there is life after divorce, and divorce doesn't define you. It's what you do after that does.
Absolutely. One of the brilliant things about building ReechUs is that I've been introduced into all of these elements of coaching that look after a person's well-being. And so once we built that core program out, and I started looking further afield, I discovered divorce coaching, and I met you. And I thought, well, look, every employee that's going through this, I can't imagine a situation where it's not affecting how they turn up at work. So there is a massive incentive for an employer to pair them up with someone like yourself to help them get through that. Like, what do you think? What have you noticed? Have you noticed a dip in performance? Is it possible to perform at work when you're going through this process?
No, absolutely not. And statistics show that up to 70% of your workforce is dealing with divorce, and their productivity drops by 40% as well. So it's kind of, there is a difference, and employees going into work that are suffering so much in the divorce process, but they're terrified of speaking to their employer because the fear of them being, kind of put on leave, or, we don't need you, or there's no room for you here anymore. And that has actually happened. So companies do need the right tools and coaching to actually, for their employees to come to them. And, employees are taking off sick days and unpaid sick days purely because of the pressure of divorce, and the productivity levels is and also drops, but also the team morale for employees. You know, the team morale, the productivity is it drops by 4%, and also team managers as well. They have a loss in productivity by 2.5%. So statistics show that there is a huge impact on men and women going through a breakup, divorce, or domestic abuse, toxic relationships. Co-parenting have a huge impact in their work performance.
And as you say, a huge ripple effect as well. And so this is kind of what got me excited, because as many people who are watching this know, we offer counselling and therapy services. We have the UK's only real remote personal training service that we offer to corporates. We offer a financial coaching service. This to me just fit. It provided a service that I haven't really seen in the corporate well-being space. And as you said, I think the biggest reason I'm excited about it is because someone going through divorce is unlikely to divulge that to the people that they are employed by, or the people that they are working with, or in many cases so. I think that when I was struggling with anxiety and depression when I was younger, I didn't tell anybody. And so I can completely empathize with somebody who is going through something like this, who doesn't want anyone to know. Especially someone like your employer, like you say, that there's this huge fear that then you're going to be maybe ostracized, pushed aside, potentially lose your job or lose your role or whatever it may be. So there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of stuff, very negative stuff tied up into it. So kind of talk to me about why you wanted to join us. What was it that interested you about what we're doing?
Well, I love the well-being space. I'm in that. I'm there to help people, men and women, just better themselves, to feel good about themselves. And, we've all been through that kind of time in our lives when we felt anxious, upset, didn't want to talk to friends or families, and we just kind of suffer inwardly. So I wanted to turn my pain into power. And, I've been, following you, Jamie, and I love what you do. It reaches out to so many people, and you're helping people, even if they're not reaching out to you, they're taking it on board. They're reading your write-ups and your posts. And it's kind of before long, they start to trust you, and then they start to reach out. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to, once they start to see what you're about and why you do these things, it's about trusting the person that you're going to work with. And for me, your energy, your passion, what you wanted to achieve, it was just incredible. And I had to be a part of that, because your inspiration, and I see myself as well helping people. The more I can help, the better for me, because it does my heart good, because I don't want people to suffer, like I had to previously as well. So when I heard about ReechUs, I thought great. And the well-being arena is where I like to be.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I mean, that really does mean the world. And we're so excited and happy that you're the passion of this.
I literally can't wait. Honestly, I'm so excited for this, and just following your passion is just one for me. And of course, I always say to my daughters as well, and follow your passion. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? Go for it. Don't have any regrets. So that's why I can't wait to work for ReechUs. I'm totally excited.
Brilliant, Louise. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for talking through what you do and why you do it. It's really valuable to any organization that potentially would like to work with us, or already is working with us and wants to just learn a little bit more about you. So thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome, Jamie. Thank you so much. And thanks for having me today.